Hi, I'm Kathleen Heffernan, author of the Bikini Model Cookbook, Bikini Model, expert chef, personal trainer, diet coach, and pilot. Today's recipe is a banana walnut pancake that I like to make for breakfast when I have a little bit more time in the morning. You can make a whole bunch for the week, and it's perfect for Meal Prep Mondays, so you can make some extra breakfast for the week. So this is a recipe that's in the original cookbook, the Bikini Model Cookbook, and there's also a new recipe update coming out for dairy-free and gluten-free version. To make this recipe, you are going to need a half a cup of old-fashioned oatmeal, 3 egg whites, and we're gonna get rid of the yolk, so we don't want all that extra fat, a half cup of 1% cottage cheese. We're gonna use 1/4 of a banana, 1 tablespoon of chopped walnuts for some more healthy fat, a little bit of nutmeg, a teaspoon of homemade vanilla, which you can get in my cookbook, the Bikini Model Cookbook, and we're going to use some cooking spray to pan fry the pancakes. Basically, we just put all the ingredients into the blender, blend it all up, take it over to the pan, and pan fry them like pancakes. Because they are pancakes. Okay, so we're going to put the oatmeal in the blender. This is how you crack the egg to get rid of the yolk. You give it a smash, and then you just kind of pull the thing apart. And be really careful not to get the yolk in there. It's not a big deal if you do, it's just a little bit of fat. So we'll get rid of that. And you can save your egg yolks if you want to. I don't though, unless I'm gonna make a homemade hollandaise sauce, which doesn't happen often. All right, so put those off to the side. Now the cottage cheese. Woo! We're gonna use a little dash of nutmeg. One teaspoon of my vanilla. And you can find the vanilla recipe in my cookbook at thebikinimodelcookbook.com. It's in the original version. I'm gonna grab a teaspoon. Oops, that's a fork. All right, 1 teaspoon of my vanilla. And if you don't have my vanilla recipe made already, then I recommend using vanilla from Mexico or real vanilla, because the other kind has a lot of preservatives and dyes, and it's not even real. The walnuts, you can either put them in the blender, or I like to keep them out to the side and like drop them into my pancakes. So we'll hold on to that for a bit. What else have we got around here? Banana, we're gonna use just 1/4 of the banana because there's already lots of carbs in this pancake because of the oatmeal. So I don't like to use too much fruit. So we'll just use that for something else. And 1/4 of a banana is enough to get that banana flavor out of it. And I like to top my pancakes. I also have a recipe in the new recipe updates, and you can find it on my YouTube channel, is the applesauce recipe. And the applesauce recipe I like to put on top of my pancakes and waffles. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. So we're gonna give it a good blend. All right, so this has a good batter type consistency. I'm gonna put it into the frying pan. And I'm going to use half the batter in the frying pan. And turn the temperature to medium over medium-high heat. And we're just going to let it sit there until it starts to get little bubbles inside of the pancake. But this is now the time to put the walnuts on. You want to do it pretty early before the batter starts to cook too much. So because there's 2 pancakes, I'm going to use half of the walnuts on top of this pancake. It just makes the pancake a little bit more crunchy. Blend the walnuts right into the batter if you want, but I just like having big chunks. What happens when the pancake starts to cook is you start to see tiny little air bubbles. They kind of come to the top of the pancake, and you can tell it's ready to get flipped because the outside edges start to get kind of a brown look. I usually let it sit for about 1 to 2 minutes, maybe 3, depending on the temperature of your element. All right, so you got some air bubbles. It's getting pretty dark around the edges, so I think I'm gonna make an attempt. So I just go around the edge of the pancake just to make sure. So that's how I do it. Just check the edges, and if they're easy to lift without making it look like it's gonna rip apart, then you're good to flip. All right, I think it's ready to be flipped. There we go. I'm gonna make sure this isn't burning. Okay, this is ready to come off. So you can turn that off, and here's your second pancake. So these pancakes are great for the morning. There's about 400 calories in this recipe and about 34 grams of protein. I love this recipe for just, you know, maybe a Sunday or a Saturday morning when you have a little bit more time for breakfast. But if not, you can make a whole bunch for your meal prep and have them all ready to go in the fridge for the week. Happy Meal Prep Monday! Thanks for joining me for another episode, and you can check out my whole book at thebikinimodelcookbook.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel at the Bikini Model Cookbook for more great recipes to come.